number 7 has 5 sub-questions, parts A through E, and a couple of them even have a couple separate questions within them. But for part A, we are just looking for the coordinate of Q, which is right here. So the coordinate of Q is just going to be -2, 0. So over 2, nowhere, not going up or down at all. For part B, we are looking for the lengths of PQ, QR, and PR. Alright, well PQ is, let me do that in red, from here to here. And since we're going straight up and down, because there is a right angle in the picture, we can just count the number of spaces. And so it's just a distance of 6. For QR, well, R is over here. Now we're just going horizontally, straight across, so we can just count the spaces for a total of 7. So QR is 7. And then PR, blue. Now since we're looking for the distance of that, since we already have the picture drawn and the numbers are, we already know the distances, we can just do this in terms of Pythagorean formula. There is a distance formula, but again, since we already have this all nicely drawn out, quicker to just look at it in terms of Pythagorean. So we know PQ is 6, we know this side is 7, and by Pythagorean we can say that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So in C, the letter by itself is always the hypotenuse, which is going to be this side because it's opposite the right angle. So let A equal 6, B equals 7, and we're looking for C. So 6 squared plus 7 squared is equal to C squared. C squared is equal to 36 plus 49, which is equal to 70, 85. Square rooting both sides. So C is equal to square root of 85. And that is already in simplified form, but just to see why. 85 is the same as 5 times 17. Both 5 and 17 are prime, so there's nothing I can move through the radical symbol. So this is just how I would leave the answer for part C. For part, let's see, AB, actually, that was still part of part B, the third part of part B. For part C, we are looking for the perimeter, which is just the sum of the 3 sides. Well, we know the 3 sides, so it's just 6 plus 7 plus the square root of 85, and that is our perimeter. 6 plus 7 is 13, plus the root 85. Those aren't like terms, so that's the best I can do with it. So that is my perimeter. For part D, we're looking for the area. Well, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Alright, the base is 7. The height is 6. Clean that up. Let me move this up a bit. The base is 7. The height is 6. Now we're multiplying here, and I can take half of 6 to start and make that a 3. And then 3 times 7 is 21. For part E, the final question is the equation of the line. I'm going to need the slope for that, and I'm going to need the Y-intercept. So to find slope, which is typically denoted by m, is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And let me just draw a smaller version of what we're looking at here. So this coordinate is -2, 0. This is -2, 6. And this is 5, 0. Alright, so we're looking for the slope of this line here. Not the length of it, just the slope of it for the moment. Alright, well we can call this, let's call this one x1, y1, and this x2, y2. And then just plug it into the formula. So that is going to be 6 minus 0 over -2 minus 5. So 6 over -7 and I like to write my minus sign out front. So that is my slope value. Okay, for the y-intercept, probably the easiest format to remember is using this, y equals mx plus b. That when we get done, the b value is your y-intercept. Alright, well, we already know the slope value. We're looking for b, and we actually know an x and y, because we can either pick this x and y or this x and y. But don't intermingle them. Just pick one or the other. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go with the 5, 0, because zeros usually help simplify calculations. So I'm going to plug in 0 for y and 5 for x. So 0 is equal to -6/7 x plus b. Alright, now I can think of the 5 as 5 over 1. So I'm just multiplying two fractions. So this is 0 is equal to -30 over 7 plus b. Add the -37s over to the other side. So b is equal to a positive 30 over 7. Okay, so now I know the b value. I know the m value. And we're just going to leave the x and y alone to come up with the equation. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals the -6/7 x plus the b value. And that is the equation for the line here. Or back up here in the original picture, the blue line.